Welcome back to the ALSO the Sibz podcast. I'm your host, Francesca.
And I'm Nicodemus. And before we go anywhere, I always forget to say this because we're true YouTubers now. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're not subscribing or listening on YouTube, could you please give us a like, comment, share us with your friends.
Tell your friends.
I know.
You guys.
It helps us out tremendously. So please.
No, and you guys, this is, okay, we've been saying this every day this week,
What?
but long time coming.
Oh, yeah.
You guys, so about an hour ago, our manager, who we had not met in person yet, only at over Zoom, she
Crazy.
just flew in and literally came straight to the fucking closet.
Straight to the closet. Out of the closet, in the closet.
Everyone's like, where are you? What are you doing? And you're like, I have
go.
a closet to be in Denver. Sorry. Excuse me, New York City.
No, literally.
So you guys, Kyla Foroutan?
Foroutan.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Duh. Foroutan.
I kind of love that though. I'm changing it.
Kyla Foroutan, our manager for the ALSO the Sibz, straight from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome.
Hello. Thank
Cheers.
you. Cheers.
No, in true fashion, you guys, Kyla showed up with 2 natural wines. I was like,
She
I'm
knows
sorry.
me.
No, we literally already knew. Like, we've talked over Zoom. We already knew that we'd be friends.
That
We
we'd
were
kick it off. Yeah.
We're like, oh no.
For sure.
You're Sagittarius, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
did we already talk about this?
Yeah.
I'm
you guys?
Sagittarious. Like
Aquarius.
in
Oh,
Sagittarius.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a rising Aquarius. Okay.
Oh, you're rising
Yeah,
Aquarius.
I'm a rising Aquarius.
Oh.
So it all makes sense.
Weird.
Mhm.
Rising
Yeah.
Aquarius. Okay. Yeah.
No, this is so crazy.
No,
This is our first time meeting.
I know.
It's
Which
sick
I
and
love that.
twisted. No,
But it feels, and we've actually only Zoomed a couple
No,
times.
literally, FaceTime maybe
Yeah.
once and
Mhm.
Zoomed twice, which is crazy.
So let us tell you, let's back it up a little bit, how we got introduced.
Yes.
So basically, Kyla's a badass, huge influencer manager in New York City. We're going to get into all the people you manage, but
Yeah.
she manages people that have millions. You guys know where we're at.
Millions.
We haven't bought followers. We're over here. We're growing organically. We're doing our thing. But we know one of her, do you call them your talent, your clients?
Yeah, talent.
Okay. And she manages someone that we know, and they introduced us, and he was like, can I introduce you to my manager? And we were like, fucking yes.
It was a late night conversation, and we were just texting, and he was like, do you mind if I introduce you to my manager? And I was like, of course, but I don't know what you mean by that.
He's very big. Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, I'd like to meet her. Sure. I didn't really realize that you'd be our manager now, which is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No, I didn't even know that story, so I love
Oh,
hearing
really?
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you were basically no, I love your guys' vibe. I believe in it. And I think one of the coolest things is you also help coach us. So it's
Mhm.
hey, love this. Let's maybe do this. And I know
Mhm.
you've sort of said, even with some of the bigger people you work with, you were okay, we see that this is working. Let's
Yeah.
just bank
Go for
everything
it.
on that route.
Totally.
And then they've skyrocketed.
Yeah, which is my favorite thing to do. I just like to get in there and become a fan first if I'm not, and just be apart from the brand deals, apart from the money, if there's stagnancy, what are we doing wrong? Not even wrong, just what can we do to grow?
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people get stuck in the algorithm sucks, and it does sometimes. I'm not,
Totally.
that's a true thing, but I think really listening and being okay, this video did really well. What is my audience following me for, and what do they like me for? So let me do more of that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I had a meeting today with someone who's wanting to start a podcast, and they don't really do social. So what's interesting about podcast managing is I'll basically help them do a podcast. And what's nice for people that reels and social doesn't feel natural for, they're just so good at what they do. This is a venture capital client. They can just talk to someone and kind of just be in their magic, be in what they're good at.
Mhm.
And then
No.
you have 5 clips for LinkedIn, a week.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram. You have a full YouTube video. So
Totally.
you're an influencer for
Yeah.
not serious people, but just people who that doesn't come natural to.
Wait, that's so fun. I didn't even know you did that. We got to get into that.
And so, but what I was telling them, I go, it's so funny. So many people will hate the algorithm. And of course,
Mhm.
our moods are dictated by how well we're doing in the algorithm.
For sure.
But I think
crazy,
that
yeah.
it is almost like tarot. It is like magic. And what I was telling her, I was if you're being so authentic, it'll find your people. Like and it'll show you what you're doing right.
Amen.
Because the good things go off.
Exactly.
If I don't see good shit on my algorithm, to be honest, I don't want to see your shitty shit.
Yeah.
Totally.
I want what already has likes.
And it's like, why am I following you then?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, give me what I'm following for.
Totally.
Anytime I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should post this, or I have like a little hesitation, I'm like, post it. And it's always the best performing one.
Yes.
It's crazy.
But you know why that is because you're being authentic.
Yeah,
And that's why
yeah.
you're not sure if you should post it. Because you're like, this is so authentically me. It's like, are people going to like this? And that's always when it actually does well.
Actually hits,
It's when you try to fine tune it and like send it to people and ask for advice. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
100%. We say it all the time on this podcast. One of my favorite quotes: the more truths you tell, the more books you sell.
Mhm.
And
To a fault, everyone.
yeah,
Absolutely.
but honestly, I think if there's a lot of things we don't say.
Yeah.
And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we made some good life decisions, but at the same time, look at like Alex Earl. When she was
Yeah.
doing like a room tour and it was so fucking messy and there was like throw up on the bed, that's when it's
missed
kind of
the
that
throw up on
cusp.
the bed.
That's kind of that cusp where
Dude.
she took off.
Totally. And I think I've been having this conversation a lot with brands and creators where it's like, we are all consumers, every single one of us. We are scrolling TikTok, we are scrolling
Mhm.
Instagram. And as consumers, we are so fucking smart. You know, within a millisecond, if it's an ad, even if it doesn't say paid
Mhm.
partnership.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Wait, I
you
love
know, either be real, show the throw up on your bed, show the realness. Like, we're over the edited Facetune. Like, girls, I'm like doing the fit check. Like, we're done. We're over it. Like, be
Mhm.
real. We just want normalcy because we're all human. And those are the things that come up on our algorithm because we're actually relating to it.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
So,
Yeah.
I literally want to see someone. Actually, you know who's like my newest favorite one? And she just got signed to Unwell.
oh.
Kaylee Batchdudler.
Yes. Yes.
So you guys, she's like this rich girl in New York City. And she literally goes out like 5 nights a week. And her
Queen.
authenticity though, and her humor, she'll literally be like, "What's up, bitches? She's like, who the fuck let me go to Marquee last night? I was out till 6 in the morning.
Literally.
I was
Yeah.
there." She's like, "I went home with this man. He started basically singing like the Dead Sea song. Like she's
Yeah.
so real and funny to her.
Totally.
I'm like, are your parents
I
gonna see
know.
this? And I
It's
don't
crazy.
think she gives a fuck, but it's why she's about like, oh, you had rich parents, but now she's about to like make so much money because she was so herself.
Okay. So actually, last night, we had a podcast. Or no, it
No, they
wasn't a
canceled
podcast.
last night.
Oh, but we were drinking. Why were we drinking?
Naturally.
I feel like I'd be an alcoholic if I lived here with you guys.
No, it's a
Well,
I was just-
Denver. First off, Colorado in general is one of the booziest
Okay.
states. It's just like a thing.
Okay.
but I
Um,
didn't drink all last year.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
So and I loved it, but like I love this more.
Unless it's a problem.
No, like
Then-
I felt fitter. Like my
Yeah.
body
Yeah,
was
for
definitely
sure.
like on point, but like to be honest, I'm
It's
having
just
more
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Like
I still think you're a lot of fun sober, though. I mean,
thank you.
you're
No,
like,
and when I
feel
was
like
sober,
I would-
I said I was just as fun. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh.
For sure.
Mhm. Gin is tasty. No. So anyway, last night, I forget, but like I shut my door and I was a little tipsy, but I made myself a stiff gin cocktail, okay, which is just a
Oh.
glass of gin. And
Just gin on the rocks.
I'm
Why
doing
did
like
we
a
drink last night?
I don't
I'm sorry,
know.
I don't mean to
No,
interrupt you.
But like, why did we drink last night?
We didn't have the podcast. Did we go
We
out? Oh, we made Jello shot videos.
we were making.
we
Jello
made
shot videos.
literally
Oh,
10
no,
Jello
no,
shot
Francesca,
videos.
Francesca. No, we went to the liquor store at 3 p.m.
We did.
And then
Not
we
3.
ended up
We
going
stopped
into
in at
the
the gay
gay
bar.
bar when we were drinking with all these 6-year-old men
Stop.
at 3
Yes.
p.m.
Is
on
it
a
a good gay
Wednesday.
bar?
No, it
Yeah,
was
it's
we
a
were
great
learning
gay
about
bar.
I love a gay bar.
the Colorado Gay Rodeo
Yeah.
and the man who started it in 1981. We actually had a time.
We had the best time.
Oh
And
my God, I'm
now
so
we're
jealous.
like gonna start doing like influencing for the Colorado
the-
gay rodeo.
Please tap me into that.
Yeah,
It looks- it's in July.
Yeah,
It's in
please let me know
July.
about that. Okay. I got to get
But
there.
anyway, so then we come home, we make like 1 million Jello shots, and then you go to bed, and I'm working on a vlog right now
Oh.
for my trip to Moab, and I just
Okay.
like what I'm saying is the point of the story. Everyone is like, I just brought out my microphone. It's me alone in my bedroom, and I just
solo
like
moment.
let it rip, and I'm just like talking, like kind of doing my own solo podcast,
I love that.
not on camera, but just like narrating my trip to Moab, and I literally felt like something came out of me.
I love solo
Where-
episodes.
Good.
Yeah.
I've never done like a solo episode before. I've done voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it truly was like, I was like, okay, I think I might be onto something. Because it was so genuine and so
I love
like
that.
so kind of cringe. And I wasn't like drunk, but I was like tipsy
Totally.
just enough to be like, I'm just gonna fucking say it. I started like thanking the rocks of Moab. I was like, thanks for being here.
I think one, I think you're onto something with the vlogging. Because I do think you have a talent with like video editing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, do you do
I'm
all that?
just
I was gonna
around.
say the editing is so good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we
that's
also have
all
another
my-
editor. His
That
name's
goes
Saul.
over my head. Editing.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's
No,
a
Nick became like an audio engineer and like a video engineer.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm like,
It's-
oh, cool. Like I just Nick here, and then our other editor Sad. I'm just like, oh, like look, like I have an idea. I sent it to them, and then it pops up perfectly.
Isn't that
Like,
crazy
great.
how they just put your vision into life?
And you know, like right now, like the software is like almost better.
Yeah.
Than you. You
Yeah.
just have to learn how to use it. It's like an instrument.
It's like an AI,
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah.
But I do think that shows you that we're on like our right path, because to be honest, I don't think influencing, I hate that word, content creating, whatever, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for everyone. I know that there's something in me that like, I'm like, hand me the mic. Put
No,
me
yeah.
on camera.
Give me the
Tap
microphone.
I
me
know.
in.
And I know that I get nervous, but it's almost like in a weird way, like my biggest fear used to be public speaking,
Me too.
but really,
And I was a comm major and I almost didn't get through it.
yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like, see if you resonate with this. To me, it's almost like skydiving.
Yeah.
It's like I'm scared,
yeah.
but I'll do it. And then afterwards, I'm like, wow, that was
Flying.
the rush of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh?
Yeah, I like
Sure.
get off. Like, I love it.
I don't feel that way. I feel very I feel very natural.
Okay.
One, it's like
Interesting.
give me the mic now. I'm glad it's
Right,
my turn
right.
because like let me show you how it's done. But well in like speaking classes, not
Tot-
like, you know,
oh,
but,
okay.
So yeah, and I was a thespian and it was just I felt very natural and like
Mm.
okay, it's my turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, I feel like I was just like really insecure, which I'll get into later, which is why I didn't want to do it.
Mhm.
Like it's like, but when I'm doing it, and I knew the whole time, like I always say, I feel like I manifested what I'm doing right now since I was like 5 years old. Because I would just get in the car. I was an only child, and I had so much shit growing up happening to me. Like lost my mom when I was 11 to breast cancer.
Oh.
Like crazy childhood, and the only thing I had was like what I want my future to look like, because
Yeah.
the current was like such a mess. And so I didn't know what I wanted to do in entertainment, but I just knew. Like I would picture the red carpets. I was obsessed with LA and just like anyone
Mhm.
like on Instagram and like Kim Kardashian, just like all of it. I was like obsessed.
I have full body goosebumps. Kyla.
And you're from the Bay Area?
From the Bay Area.
From the
Okay,
Bay Area?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I know your story a little bit, but tell the people, how the hell do you become an influencer manager? Like, how did this happen?
It's a
Yeah.
weird world. It's so niche.
No, it's so niche. Okay, it's actually
Yeah.
like such a chaotic story. But basically, like I had a vegan account that was doing pretty well. I was vegan, and then just a couple different blogs. Then my health started deteriorating, so I was like, the vegan community can't really, fuck with you eating meat, so I couldn't keep it.
No, you lose your V card.
Yeah,
You're
so I
the
had to
enemy.
go. Right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, I want to do influencer marketing. So I worked at a couple different agencies. And then I was like, I want to move to New York. So I quit the first influencer marketing agency. And then this other one that I was obsessed with, they hired me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to move to New York. Did all the paperwork, paid the broker's fee. And then literally 10 days before I was supposed to move to New York, I got laid off. And I was like down bad. Like I was like smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes on my roof.
I understand that life.
Yeah.
It was like,
What are you going to do? Sometimes you need a fucking cig.
and then literally, I was like, I don't even smoke, but I'm so stressed out. And
something.
no, I just told the guy like that I liked him, and like I was like, I can't leave. And all my family's in the West Coast. Like I was like, New York is a mistake. Like I don't know what to do. I get a call the next day, and this guy who's a really big influencer manager, like massive people, who's a friend of mine, he was like, I'm thinking about getting this job, and I think you'd be like great at it at a really big talent agency. And I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm like desperate right now. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
only was managing like 1 or 2 creators at this point. Like I did not know what I was doing. And I get a
Which
call.
is terrifying, like money wise, because it's too
Terrifying.
much of a hustle.
Literally. And then literally a day later, the VP of talent at this agency calls me, and he's like, the job is yours. Like I heard amazing things. I trust
Okay.
him with my life. And so I was like, okay, moving to New York. I literally paid my first month's rent in New York with my severance from being laid off.
Oh,
Like I was like
that's
down
amazing.
bad. Yeah. And then I hated it. And I went to Bali, had like a eat, pray, love moment.
Love.
Came
Love.
Oh,
back.
you hated the job.
Hated the job.
So couldn't relate to that more because I was in influencer marketing, and all I did was manage influencers for the most part. I also did like content creation, but like it sounds so cool.
Sounds so cool.
I was literally so miserable. Like I had a personal trainer.
Mhm.
I was completely keto. I was like doing everything I could to be healthy. Do you understand how fat I got?
No,
I was
from
like,
stress.
how? Like
Cortisol.
I used to
Mhm.
have to meditate like an hour and a half
No,
in the
literally.
morning. I would wake up early, almost too early. Like my body couldn't handle it because I got off work late, just to like handle the stress of the day.
I know.
Because I knew that I would cry at my desk first thing.
Yeah.
No, it was a weird
I
time.
have
And
like heart palpitations because
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
like
it.
Sounds
I cried in the
crazy.
bathroom daily.
Oh no, I know. Like 18, and from someone who doesn't just, I'm not good at working. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, it has to be on my terms or I can't. Like if I'm doing it for someone else, I'm just so bad at it. And I was working like 18-hour work days, like whatever. But
18?
18
No,
hour.
it's fucked
It's-
up. And in New York, like it's just like normal. But then
And-
they expect you to go out afterwards.
Oh yeah, and I had just moved there, so it's like I'm supposed to be averaging 3 to 4 dates a week. I'm supposed to see my friends, and I'm supposed to make friends at the same time. Like
Mhm.
this is nuts.
And you know, like people in New York, like how they order their groceries and they do all this. Do you know it's because they don't have time
They
to
don't
not
have
to?
time.
So
They
you
don't have
almost have to be
time.
so rich to like
Be able
like,
to.
I was paying a trainer to meet me at my building gym and work me out because it was like as soon as I get off work, he's gonna kick my ass. Then I'm gonna immediately go to bed. And
Yeah.
like there's no
That's
time to do anything
that's
else.
never been my life.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
just
yeah,
been
yeah.
a hippie backpacker living in the woods.
But that used to
and-
be me. Well, not
Yeah.
the backpacking part, but just like
That's who like your soul wanted
That's
to
my
be.
soul. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Moved
no,
to
and,
Denver.
and you don't make money in influencer marketing like at an agency. So it's
Mm-mm.
like I don't know how you were doing the side
When I
stuff.
moved there, I made 6 figures.
Okay.
Like first job, which was like gret, but you know, New York, like that's not that much.
That's nothing. Yeah.
It, like
It's crazy, but yeah.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to say that as I moved there back there. I moved there when I was 22. I left. I've always like I've been to and from New York for years, but my last job, honestly, we came into some family money, and you used it to travel.
No. No. I
No?
didn't get my family money until I came back from traveling.
Oh yeah, because they didn't trust you.
Yeah.
But
My
for
grandma
me-
said, I'm not giving him that money until I see the whites of his eyes. And I met her in New York and I got a check.
Honestly,
But
yeah.
I
Yeah.
used it to sort
That's
of
so fair.
like you would think 6 figures that I was doing okay,
Right.
But
No.
I honestly I used it to sort of supplement my salary.
Totally.
To do anything else. But when I was looking for other jobs, I felt that I needed at least 130 to be like comfortable.
Okay.
Like
breathing.
In
literally
New York,
breathing.
guys.
Maybe to go on 1 vacation a year.
Maybe. Yeah, for
and
sure.
at 27, that's a lot of money for other people, but in New York, it's not.
It's nothing. Yeah. Truly.
And
That's
so-
actually so funny because when I came to meet you in New York, I had been in India for
Okay.
I was in Nepal and India for 6 months.
Okay.
And so I like came back and I was living on like $15 a day. We got dinner and you ordered a $70 bottle of rosé. But
Which is
in my
normal.
brain,
Like without thinking.
in my brain, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because my parents weren't giving me money to travel.
Yeah.
I was literally budgeting it. And like I was like $70. You're like, it's New York. And I was like,
You're like,
but-
this is cheap.
it's cheap. And I was like, oh, not bad. And I was
No, it's crazy.
It's crazy. That's my week's salary.
That's crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, basically hated it.
Mhm.
Had the eat, pray, love moment. It was like not going well on both sides. So ended that. And then I was like, how do I do this? Like where the money, the 20% is not going to an agency, it's going to me because I will also be more motivated. And I already had a few creators on the side at that point. I was like, I was talking to people like Joey and like just some of my main people. And I was like, give me 3 months. Like, and it's like they trusted me, which I'm very lucky for. But I also was like, give me 3 months and like, let's see how this goes.
But that's how business works. I think a lot of the big people that get anywhere, it's like people who are shitty people. I'm like, I don't think you realize, like, sure, you can like bullhorn your way through life or like fuck people over, but like
yeah.
a lot of times most people won't get where they are by some people not like trusting them or taking a chance on them.
Totally. Yeah.
Joey
100%.
Wellness.
Yeah, Joey
Yeah, that's what I-
Wellness,
yeah.
the man of the hour.
Because you've
Hot.
been, I'm not to interrupt your story, but you've been like all over the place with him.
Yeah, it's crazy. So when we first started together, he was at 118,000,
Okay.
and I actually found him through my non-vegan journey. He was posting like really healthy recipes, and he came up on my TikTok one day, and I was just obsessed with his videos. And then we started working together, and then I kind of went through his videos, and I was like, what if we just do these sugar comparisons? I don't know if you've seen his sugar
Yeah.
comparisons.
It's like, this is what's in a bottle.
Exactly.
Of
And I was like, let's try this for 3 months, like only sugar videos. And he's like, that's crazy. And I was like, let's just do it. Like, this is what the people are asking for. So blows up. He goes from like 100 to 600,000, like almost overnight at that point on
Yeah.
Instagram, which is
Yeah.
harder to do
It's
than
very hard,
TikTok. And it's just been going up from there, and it's crazy. And I was giving this advice recently where I think that for dating and business, I think the same. And it's like when something is working and supposed to be in your life, it's just clicking and it works. And that's how we are. Like we're so opposite in our day-to-days, but in our work relationship, it's
Yeah.
just such a fit. And I have so many like managers and other people who are in the space and they're like, oh, I'm like training this new person, or like I'm looking for someone, it's not working. And I'm like, treat it like it's a new guy you're dating. Like, stop seeing the potential in this person. You have so much to give. Like, stop being like it's not working and just find something else. Like
go
if
on
it
vibes.
clicks, it's gonna take off. So
We talk about this because we have clients, and I think that like no matter how much someone is paying you, if you don't like just meet on the same energy,
yeah,
you've got to be careful because it will become such a bigger issue in your life because you're just not, you're speaking a different language. Weirdly.
totally.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and Nick is better at staying true to like our boundaries,
Mhm.
but just certain things that he's like, no, like we're not going to work with that person again because it was so stressful for us for not a lot of money. Where
What's the point?
And like I someone really put it to me as like just the energetic level of like what you're talking about.
Mhm.
It's like frequency, and not to sound
Frequency.
too woo woo, but it's like
No, I'm
if
all about it.
someone doesn't want to like even pay you what you're worth, it's gonna be a bad relationship. That's it.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
And if I'm
yeah.
already at the beginning, like, I don't know about this, like, it's like the same thing with a guy. It's like if you don't already know about it at the beginning where it should feel so right, like, stop trying to make it work.
Totally,
Like,
totally.
should we talk about what just happened to me?
No, yes.
So-
Oh my God. Literally 30 minutes ago. Let's get into it.
Breaking news, everyone. Actually, it's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because,
It triggered
I
me
was
on a
like,
new level.
I think it. How did it happen? I go, hey guys, all right. We were
Wait, we
talking
need to
about
give them
this
the
guy.
background of what was happening.
Yeah.
I
But-
met someone last weekend that I was very, very excited about. He said he'd never listened to the podcast and he's not into social. So like we're good.
Okay. I'm like, who do I need to block off of this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not worried about him hearing it. If he did, it's like,
Whatever,
sorry, these are my
but-
thoughts.
Yeah.
Basically, you guys, I met someone that I was like so excited about. Like, haven't been on a first date in over a year. Was just like we've had like a lot of conversations already. And I have met him. This isn't like online dating. I don't do that.
Really?
And I'm like, yeah, I got off all the apps. So
Okay.
again, my
We'll
dating
get into
coach, she
that.
was like, if you're not into it, you're just leeching your energy.
Totally.
She was
I
like,
know, she's
don't
good. She's
be
good.
don't be
She
leeching
dropped my
energy out
ass.
there.
Okay,
Mhm.
we'll get into that
Yeah.
one later.
And so I deleted all of those, which is weird because then immediately I meet someone in the wild.
The second you let go.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, I was on all of them, except I would only like get tipsy and like randomly swipe. I never took it seriously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
leeching energy.
Mhm.
So, okay, so excited. Kyla's coming in. I know that we were going to hang out tonight, but we're also going to see her this weekend. I was like, hey, I would normally not do this, but I have a first date tonight that I'm like, just like so jazzed about. And I know I'm going to see him this weekend, like out, but I wanted a one-on-one.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, Kyla, like, I'm going to leave the podcast to go on like a first date. So I spend all day shaving my entire body,
Like the full thing.
doing my nails,
Mental
like
prep.
all the things that girls do.
So
That it's
sick.
not just the date you're canceling.
Yeah.
You guys canceled 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Let's just do a quick reiteration. Men, it's the whole when you ask a woman on a date, it is the whole day that they are getting ready
Maybe
for.
even the night before, because
Yeah.
I don't want to
100%.
be bloated.
No, you
Right.
can't drink.
I'm
the night
barely
before.
eating. It's like, what did you, eat today?
No, I literally had 2 eggs and an avocado, a couple bites of ground beef. Because I was like, I don't want to be bloated.
Yeah.
I need my beauty sleep. I woke up, I saunaed for like hours. I meditated. I literally took like the
Yeah.
longest shower. Also, I didn't go get my nails done because I didn't have time. And so, like, because we had you coming in and I had to clean my house. But I was like, when you paint your own nails, you can't do anything for 2
No.
hours.
And I get so mad. And then I'm like, fuck this, because they get like,
You can't mess
Yeah,
them
no,
up.
you can't mess them
literally
up.
need to
Yeah.
give them time. And
It's
if you go get
crazy.
them done, it's about 2 hours too. So it's like
yeah.
time.
Time. It's the number one. It's you disrespected my
Oh,
time.
The outfits. I'm sending outfits to all my best friends. What are we doing? It's a first date. The shoes, the dress.
And like, it's not because you're like being so easy. And
No,
like,
it's not
like,
for him. It's literally
it's
for you. I want to
Yeah.
feel the best on this date so you can have the best version of me.
completely,
Mhm.
completely.
But like, respect my time.
Yeah. This isn't
Yeah.
easy.
This isn't easy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what makes me so infuriated, because I've seen so many of my guy friends get ready for a date or just get ready for the day.
Mhm.
And it truly, I mean, you can attest to this, but it truly takes under 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
I think if I'm not showering, it's less than 10 minutes.
yeah. And
for
if you
sure.
are,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Well, I,
No, my hair
I
alone
have
takes an
long
hour.
hair, so my showers do take about like 15, 20
Yeah.
minutes. But
It's just crazy.
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. We decided we're not immediately canceling. Sometimes people can have an off day.
Mm-hmm.
We're not happy about it.
No.
And that's my thing. When you said like, we were talking, I was like, oh, Kyla, what are your plans for after the podcast? Like, what are you doing? And then he texts you like, oh, and then you said, oh, he's canceling. I was like, this is
My heart
fucked up.
dropped.
Well,
I
it
was
just
like,
made
all right,
me
we're
think
about to-
of when you're saying like things should be easy and the vibe should be there. We'll see. Again,
Yeah.
not canceled. Because you said you went on a date with someone and they forced it because they didn't want to cancel on you. And you were
Yeah.
kind of like, fuck, I wish I wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
had this bad version of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, exactly. No, you guys are speaking my language right now. We're getting into dating and it's
We're getting
making,
into dating.
it's making me, no, it's so crazy. And I think with the time thing, I just get so triggered these days.
6:30 the night of. We're supposed to meet in an hour and a half.
Yeah, I
That's
think,
cr-
yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. I was seeing someone recently. So me and my friends did this thing. And it's really fun. If you're in New York or anywhere, honestly, you should try it. But we set each other up on blind dates, like for each other. So we would make
Okay.
6 reservations at the same restaurant and we'd all show up. Yeah, no, like I need to like post this on TikTok.
Wait, whoa.
Mhm.
This sounds crazy.
100% you need to. Well,
No, I know.
say it right now and we'll make you a clip and
No.
we'll tag you.
No, and then I was like, should I make this like a thing? Like,
Absolutely.
So I made an Instagram account where I'm
Okay.
like, I kind of want to like monetize on this. Like, it's kind of sick. But basically, yeah, we all set each other all up at the same restaurant.
How long have you been in New York?
A year and a half now, or
Okay.
actually October.
Do you
will be
remember
2 years.
Okay. Do you remember the old dating app? This was a New York City
What's it
thing
called?
back when I was 22. So 2012 when I first moved there. I don't remember, but what it was, you would match with a guy and then you had to invite 2 friends and they invited 2 friends. So this is different.
Oh,
But I'm
Love this
saying that
idea,
this
yeah.
app
That's a good
doesn't
one.
exist anymore. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe you could do your thing plus this
Plus.
thing. Because we all know the dating apps suck. This app was, so it was like a group date of 6 people. So you're not fully
Mm.
attached. So the 3 girls, 3 guys,
okay,
and the bars and restaurants in New York would partner with it. You'd get your
Okay.
a first
See?
free drink
that's sick.
because you guys would all show up as 6 people. You get a free drink. You're
Yeah.
obviously going to get another one. And it's like, it's not even that you had to date the guy because you guys maybe been texting a little bit. Probably you guys would,
Yeah,
whatever, but you'd bring your friends that you think would also hit it off.
yeah,
And then if it wasn't a vibe, you would just have new friends in New York, which you know is such a big thing.
such
You're like,
a good-
oh, like these finance bros.
Wait, I
They're
love
not into us, but
yeah.
now I have these hot finance bros as
and
friends.
their friends and their group, and yeah, it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Wait, I
It was,
love
it was
that.
so cool. It just doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, where did that? I think
Yeah.
it's called Plenty of Fish.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
See, yeah, and I work with a lot of restaurants already, so I'm like, I could also bring that in to like get this sponsored. I mean, this restaurant, because we did like 3 or 4 rounds of this, and they all now bring us like espresso martini shots out. Like they're
Yeah.
obsessed with the idea.
Yeah.
Wait, so fun.
Yeah, so crazy. So yeah, we did that, a few rounds of that.
Do you know Tinks's box theory?
Yes.
Okay, so Tinks
what's the
is
box
It triggers
Yeah.
me though.
a
lot.
I think it's real. So Tinks is a creator, TINX. Actually, you know how I discovered her? Lily O'Connell,
Yeah.
one of our like favorite like her and her husband got married in Aspen. That's where we met them. They're like the coolest people we know.
Okay.
And we follow them, whatever. When she was talking to me one day, she's like, you remind me so much of Tinks. And I was like, who?
I hella see that.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, not to like say that. I had no idea who
I
she
hella
was.
see
And I was
that.
like, who? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, I fuck with her. I was like, I like her a lot. And so I followed her for a while. I don't anymore, but she
You
has
don't
the-
anymore. What she
No, I don't
do?
know. I think certain people are a little similar to you, not a detriment to her. It makes you think that you
Mhm.
should be doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And
then
I
you
don't want to
start, like,
copy anyone.
Totally.
And so like, I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I think I unfollowed her because you're like, Francesca, stop comparing you to Tinks.
Mm.
I don't think you seem like Tinks.
Thank you. Also,
Actually.
thank you. Thank you. And
So
thank you.
like
you,
I
thank
could
you,
see
yeah.
like why, but like
I can see the why. Yeah.
I just think there's better creators
Mhm.
that seem more like you.
Yeah.
But Tinks, like, because Tinks is like, well, I don't want to get into Tinks, but like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I that's why I feel like
It's just
I
different
personally
than who
don't
I am.
like Tinks that much. And
Yeah,
so it's like,
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, it's called the box theory. And it means that when a man meets you, he immediately puts you in a box and
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's either the date box or the hookup box. And this is just her theory, but that if you're in the date box, you could literally have a one night stand and he won't think less of you because you're in the date box.
That's mhm.
Now, if you're in
The
hookup box,
you can't get
and
out.
you try and hold out and not have sex with them or
Mhm.
whatever, it doesn't matter. He never was going to date you.
Totally.
So he'll just ghost you. And we all
Yeah.
know that. Like, so it doesn't matter if you hold out. It doesn't matter if you do.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the man has decided in his brain, I could either marry this girl,
Ooh.
date her, or just hook up with her.
It's crazy.
And it's almost impossible. There are like exceptions to the rule, but if you're in one box,
Yeah.
it's very hard to get in the other box.
Totally.
I feel like this theory makes sense because
It does, yeah.
not that it is for me, but like I just feel like I know a little bit more about how like straight men think.
That's the
and I
problem.
feel
Maybe.
like it's
Yeah.
what maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm actually so far from. No, but like
Just
no,
kidding.
I do kind of see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm so triggered by the word situationship right now.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's like, I get that it's like a thing, right? If you're not actually dating someone and you're in the beginning stages, technically it's that word, a
But
situation.
that was talking.
But it's like, we were talking and then it's like, don't call me that. Like, don't fucking call me a situationship. We are
Straight men aren't
Who
using
has
this
done
word.
that?
Straight men aren't using this
I
word,
don't-
right?
straight men.
Are
Who else-
you using the word situation?
Yeah.
No,
Which is
it's
in-
become
in
a
itself,
real
it's become a
thing and
real
stuff. Like,
phenomenon.
it's permeated the culture.
Yeah. But
Oh, I
you
don't
know,
like
so I was
that.
talking to my best friend the other night and he was like, do you know the RuPaul crayon theory? Do you guys know it?
No.
Let me put you on because I get so, and this is like, I went to Costa Rica recently and I had such an emotional moment. We'll get into it, but I was in the ocean by myself because I spent 2 days there alone and I just started bawling. You know, one of those cries where you're
Yeah.
heaving and it's nasty and just ugly.
Totally.
And I
love that for you.
Yeah, I was like, what is
Sounds
that? It was like
amazing.
full
Eat,
ayahuasca
pray, love,
moment.
woman over here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this always happens to me. I'm like asking for it. But
Yeah.
I just started bawling and I was like, it was this thing about just like how I'm so sorry to myself. Like I owe myself an apology because I'm so worried about all the people who don't choose me. But whether romantically or in a friend sense, whether they're just respecting my time or like it's a guy I really liked, whatever. And I just owe it to myself to not be upset about that. And I was like, you're in fucking Costa Rica on a work trip. Like who the fuck are you spiraling about and
Yeah.
why? And like whatever. But the RuPaul theory basically is like if someone's looking for an orange crayon and you're a purple crayon and you're sad that they didn't choose you, it's like they were just looking for an orange crayon.
You could be a Victoria's Secret purple
You
crayon.
could be Kim Kardashian, but they weren't looking for that. So it
Yeah.
doesn't
Mhm.
matter. And I tell this to my creators a lot too, where it's like, you know, they'll get rejected for a really big brand deal and they're like, well, what am I doing wrong? Like, what was it? And it's like the brand just wasn't looking for this. And
Completely.
you know, 9 times out of 10, a different bigger brand will come back with more money for them. But it's like, we just get so stuck in like, what did I do wrong? Why am I not being chosen in all aspects, romantic or business? And it's like, I got to get out of that. So,
You know what's weird? I feel that I am okay with that, like business wise, but
Mhm.
how fucked up that I'm so not in my personal life.
It's-
Like business wise, I'm like, we haven't,
yeah.
I think that we could have like Saucy Sips, like reality show, this and that. And I'm like, our people will find us. If we
Totally.
not like, we can still pivot, we can still refine and get
Yeah.
better and do more of what's
Yeah.
doing well. I'm definitely more like, okay, we're really on this journey of figuring it out. And I don't feel any sort of, oh, it's
Ooh.
never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, we're doing it and I'm ready to keep refining and then our people are going to find us.
Totally.
But in my romantic life, how much have I cried over the worst man?
That's really interesting. So
Worst.
you're saying that like you would be more like you
Confident.
confident is, like with the orange crayon theory.
business wise. I believe in
but
what we're
not
doing.
romantically.
Yeah. And I
Me
think
too.
that comes like to a self-worth thing because I know that we have some, whether it's a little pivoted either way, like I'm saying, but I have this like trust that no matter what, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Whereas
And dating.
it's very hard to trust
Okay.
that, especially
Yeah.
also women. We have like a clock, whatever.
Totally.
Of course, it's
Totally.
ticking. But my biggest fear. It's almost like I'm led by fear that it'll never happen. Business wise, I know it'll.
Yeah,
happen.
you're like, we're good, we're iconic, but
See, I almost kind of feel the opposite. Not
Really?
really, because
But Nick has a very strong sense of self-worth.
well,
That's why.
I'm just like an eccentric human being
Mhm.
where I understand like I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I get it. Like that's
you get
not
that
gonna-
you're maybe the orange crayon.
yeah. Like I am just like I might be the fucking turquoise crayon. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Where everyone's like, I'm like,
Yeah.
you gotta either get
it's
it
the
or you
glitter
don't.
crayon.
If you want to have sex with me, you know what I mean? It's gonna be weird.
But but when they find that glitter crayon,
Right. And I'm like, no, but like, whereas like business, I'm almost kind of like,
really?
who wouldn't like us? Look at us, we're so wholesome. 2 siblings.
No,
why
for
doesn't
sure.
Dasani want to work with us? No, but like, not.
Totally.
I'm being a little like joking, but I kind of feel like because like dating is so personal that maybe it would.
Maybe, yeah,
it
because it's so
is-
personal.
It's so personal. It's like
Mhm.
such a fit where it's like I don't think I'm the best. Like, you
Mhm.
know.
Totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's all.
I'm
Sorry.
in
Mom's coming to hang out, the usual.
I'm in such an era of like trying to get out of how old are you guys?
I was gonna ask.
Wait,
you,
yeah, okay, wait, let's
Okay.
get into that really
Okay.
quickly.
Do you know? Wait.
No,
can
I
you
don't
guess?
know.
And I will not take
Let
any.
me
Like,
guess.
actually guess. Don't go lower.
28 for you?
Kyla.
Really?
Kyla?
I know. I just got some really good Botox done, but like, Kyla.
How old do you think I am?
Are you guys over 30?
How old do you think I am?
Fuck, I don't know now. Okay.
I think you're 28.
Really? I've been getting 28 a lot, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Are you 26?
I'm 26.
You're 26.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
when
I felt that, but you literally run your own business out of New York City. Like,
No.
younger 20s is not normal
Okay.
for New York.
So fair, so
Like,
fair.
New York is older. You
Yeah.
look so young. Like, you could,
the
age-wise,
Botox.
and I'm not like
It's the
backpedaling to be
Botox
nice.
and the
Everyone knows I'm
filler.
not that nice. But you could be in like regular life 24, and I'd be like, oh yeah, but I
Totally.
know what you do for a living.
Yeah. Wait, I
And
love that
no
that's what it was
20-year-olds
based
can
off of.
afford to live in New York, like
Totally,
doing their own
totally.
thing.
That's what actually kind of like when I saw you today walking down the street, I go, okay, so like when we'd been FaceTiming, I thought you were probably like 30.
What?
And then I saw you today, I go, she might be 24. She might be fucking 24.
No, that's what.
Oh my God,
And I
that's
didn't know if
iconic.
that's just because you're 4'10 or like or
I
whatever.
know.
But I was like, oh my
It's
God,
tiny.
I've actually never
Put my
I just
manager
thought
on
Oh
my
you
my
were
bucket.
like,
God, wait.
you're my manager. You should be older than me. But
That's crazy.
but-
I know. I think I'm younger than everyone I
No,
manage.
that do you?
Wow, wow,
that's.
wow,
I mean, I
wow.
know you already know this,
Yeah.
but you're doing huge things. But you're freelancing,
Yeah.
technically.
well, I have an
fully.
LLC officially.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, you own your own company
Yeah.
in New York City, and you afford to live there in your
I don't know.
20s?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's fucked. I could have
No,
never.
it's so fucked.
so I'm
like-
29.
Oh, okay.
I'm 34.
What?
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel like you're like.
No, I'm like shook. I'm
Shut
trying. I want to
up.
look like that at 34.
Oh my god, thank you.
Or is it true that 30s are way better than your 20s?
So much better.
Okay.
Wait,
let me take
you
my last
said
sip of wine.
you said recently on a podcast, Francesca, where you said you weren't worried about turning 30 at all because you
No.
knew it was better. Which, by the
Really?
way,
I was.
See, I'm,
was
I'm
not-
already tweaking.
No, I freaked the fuck out about 25. Weirdly.
Oh, yeah.
You're approaching your or you're 28, so you're
Yeah.
approaching your Saturn return.
No, I'm 26.
26.
Fuck. Kyla, that's
Saturn
so
returns
wild.
Not, your
Really?
Saturn return
Do you
isn't gonna
get
be
that
here
you're
till
in-
you're
It's 28 to 30.
Yours is gonna be when you're 28.
I can't fucking
Kyla,
wait.
Yeah.
you know you don't look old. Like you have like
Okay,
the
good.
dark skin. You know that. So
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
even
yeah.
think I'm pandering
no,
to you.
I know.
That's
I know,
very
I know, I know.
obvious.
Yeah.
But like your energy. Have you been told you're an old soul?
Yeah.
See, I
I
never
feel
have.
that, I
I'm
feel
like a
that.
young soul.
Really?
I'm like a little kid. So I think it's more
Mm.
your energy seems like you're my manager. It seems like older, more in charge. Like
Yeah,
I've never gotten accused of being an old soul.
I get that.
People are like,
Not once.
no.
I
Crazy.
love that though.
Yeah.
I always tell people I'm like I feel like I'm literally 55 because I've been through so much shit where like you
Mhm.
shouldn't have even seen until older, and I like saw it when I was like 5 or 6 years old. So it's like I don't know. It's also like yeah, it's like when you go through so much shit as a child, like something I really makes me upset is I feel really misread by guys, by people in business, especially as a woman in business who's fucking 4'10", is like I seem like a party girl. I'm the life of the party to my friends. I'm chaotic. I'm at Coachella to Costa Rica. Like so much is going on.
Yeah.
But it's like Monday morning, we're getting on a call and we're going through analytics and like it's serious. But I feel like even with guys or like, just getting people to take me seriously for so long, people don't understand that there's like I only take life so fun and chaotic because I've gone through so much shit. So I'm like, every day is, I just want to have fun. Like nothing else matters, but it's hard to be taken seriously sometimes because of that.
Wait, that's so funny because I feel like the way we were raised and I feel like our guiding light is fun.
Yeah.
And that's, people don't normally live like that. Like that's so wild that we all found each other because like, and I want to work with people. I want to help people with their podcasts, people who are literally led by fun. And it's like, we're serious and we do things, but like life is like a party. Like we're all here. We are all still alive. Like we can just have fun. But no, so wow, it's weird that you're freaking out about being 30 and you're only 26. But when you're about 28 to 30, you hit your Saturn returns, which is Saturn enters the same place that when you were born. It's every 28
I've heard
years.
that. Yes.
And it's when your whole life will feel like it like got put in a blender. It'll shake you up.
Okay. I'm not ready for that.
It's not great. Some people's can be like amazing if they're like super evolved. It can feel like a blender, but the thing is you come out the other side being like, I know who I am. And
yeah, it's your hardest challenge that you need to master. But once you master it, you'll be the master of it.
And you guys have both gone through this already.
No, I'm going through mine. Mine just started about March or April last year. It lasts 3 years.
Okay.
So mine happened when I was 28.
Okay.
And it's lasting 3 years. And so far, it's crazy too because like I think mine is all about just like stepping into like, okay, honestly, I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Because I was trying to explain it, but like I have a better like visual. Okay. I feel like Simba from The Lion King.
That's
and
beautiful.
It's when like Mufasa comes to him and says like, Simba, remember who you are. And it's because I feel like I'm Simba hanging out with Timon and Pumbaa, which I am.
Right.
It's like teenage lion. But it's also kind of like you need to realize that like as fun as you are, like you have to really be a leader on some shit. You have to be a lot stronger than a lot of the people around you. And it's like, that's what you need to learn is like how to be like serious daddy when like you are kind of just serious like, daddy, life of the party.
Okay.
Okay, teenage Simba.
Teenage Simba.
You look like teenage Simba.
No,
that's
so you're just
weird.
Gonna say like you literally are Simba.
That teenage Simba was Teenage Lion was my nickname in college.
Wait, that's so good.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you've gone through yours.
Yeah, and it was insane and heart-wrenching and crazy and wild and depression and health in the toilet, but then better. But I feel like before you hit it, at least personally, and I feel this is a big thing around Saturn returns, you're kind of like, who am I? What do I want?
Totally.
What do I want to do? Now, of course, I don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
I don't have where I want to be, but I am so secure in the fact of I know who I am. I know my values. And I know what I want.
Yeah.
So even though I'm still, sure, I can't say to a guy I met tomorrow, like, yeah, I have everything I want. But I can say, I know where I want to be.
Totally.
I'm working towards it. And it's this such a sense of security. Like someone could like tell me that I'm gross, disgusting, horrible, like whatever. And I'll be like, that's so funny because I know who I am. And
I don't have that.
It doesn't register.
Yeah, it doesn't I don't have even come into like
I'm like,
see, you both feel that.
Like,
See, I am so excited for that because the number one thing I'm working with on my therapist right now is just being more secure. Because I feel like to all my friends and like on Instagram and everything, like I look like the baddest bitch. Like I'm so secure, but I'm genuinely like the most insecure person in the room.
Really?
And
maybe that's a Sagittarius thing.
Maybe.
I really relate to that.
And I was bullied in like 5th grade and I still remember what they said. So it wrecked me. But it's like if a guy breaks up with me or like, I don't know, just anything where it's like personal, I take it to the heart. Like I'm like, the eating disorder comes out, like everything is just wrecked in my brain because I'm like, I'm not secure enough. But like I have moments where it's like, I'm doing this and it's amazing and I'm like so secure and a bad bitch, but I'm so excited to reach that.
No, it's wonderful. And also because we were talking about my coach earlier today, what's difference between a therapist and a coach? And she was telling me, she goes, here's the thing. A therapist isn't supposed to tell you what to do.
Yeah, they just listen.
They just sort of listen and whatever. But it's also kind of like ruminating in the bullshit.
Yeah.
And a life coach is someone who also has a background in coaching, a background in neuroscience, a background in like cognitive behavior therapy. So a lot of things you'd want from a therapist. but like they're not bound by these things. They'll tell you what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
They'll be like,
I
listen,
need to switch things
no.
out.
yeah, like, and that's what, because I went to years of therapy for like PTSD,
Mhm.
for some things that had happened in my childhood. And to be honest, I went to years of therapy. And the only thing it did was make my relationship with my parents harder.
Yeah, because it comes up.
They'll randomly tell you to like, mine were like, you shouldn't cut off your parents. My parents
Okay.
were not crazy, no crazy
I'm
shit.
sorry.
And we have a friend who is a therapist that Francesca and I will like hear what she tells us that her therapist
I'm like,
said, and we'll
can't
be like,
fire your therapist.
fucking fire her.
Because
I don't know
Oh
if
their
this
my
therapist is letting her
God.
make her own decisions. Of course, they should let you,
That's
but
so
a
crazy.
life coach would be like, absolutely fucking not. Like a therapist. So we have a friend.
Wait,
I love
that's
you.
right. We don't
She
gotta say it.
made
Yeah.
some bad. She knows she's made bad
Yeah, yeah,
decisions.
yeah.
I've been honest about this, and I've been like, in my head though, I've been like, how is her therapist let her do this? Because therapists isn't. They're just okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do, and that sounds good, and
Yeah,
and that makes you happy, then whatever's going to be best for you.
totally.
Where a life coach would be like, does this align with your values?
Yeah.
Is
See,
this
I
what
need
you want
that.
your life to be?
Yeah. I need
And-
to be like courted. I
Yeah.
need slapped around a little bit. Like, I mean, like, don't just be like, oh, like, if this doesn't bring you peace right now, like, don't go home. Like, like, it's like, no, just be like, give it to me straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just real world things. And
Yeah.
that's, it's so weird. Like, so working with my coach it's been 2 months maybe. And I'm saying I went through years of therapy. Those years of therapy didn't do shit.
Okay.
It gave me like a diagnosis, like a bullshit diagnosis.
I do not want to hate on therapy here, but actually, we had a guest on our podcast that he went on a full hatred and saying
Of
how bad
therapy?
therapy was for you, and obviously it was
Okay.
him just kind of yapping. But I understood what his point
I get
was.
it.
He was like, therapy's just talking about your problems, whereas like you need to take assertive action. And when we
Totally.
posted that clip, he got destroyed in the comments. But I kind of see what he's saying. I don't agree with him fully, right? But I also have had a really horrible experience with
Yeah,
therapy
100%.
where it's like I kind of am leaning partial almost to like.
I get it.
Okay, but we're gonna
We're
switch.
pivoting.
We're gonna get back.
Let's get
Because we've
back.
already been recording for an hour, back to content creating. So you were saying sometimes there's like a huge fallout
Mm-hmm.
with creators. Our question actually that we had written down is like, are there any big like scandals or like fumbles that you can talk about? Because I feel like mostly it's been on the brand side,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Just give us some behind the scenes.
I'm thinking. I mean, there's a lot of times where I think the main thing is like creators will be upset that they're not getting money, right? And it's stressful. I get it. Because it's like you need to pay your rent, you need to get things going. But like an example is Joey. Like that man deserves every single follower, every single brand deal. He works his ass off. And it's like, if at anything you do, you need to work at it.
Mhm.
Like you can't just sit there and post once a week and be like, I'm not getting any brand deals. Like put the work in. Like with Joey, we plan his content calendar like a month in advance. He's constantly like, it's constant. Like he
Yeah.
posts
Mhm.
every single day at 12. If he doesn't, we're like, what's going on? Where is this man? But it's like, I think scandals is mostly like I think the downfall of this job is meeting so many creators or celebrities that I've idolized for so long and
Really?
then meeting them in person and being shattered.
Wait,
And I have some
We'll bleep it
I
out.
have some big ones.
We'll bleep them out if you want, but like, I need to.
I have some big ones. I mean, J-Lo is a obvious one.
That's
That's
like,
an obvious
yeah,
one.
yeah.
No,
But-
I've heard Giggly Squad just talked about her because
Yeah.
Hannah Burner met her,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Yeah, I mean, she's just J-Lo."
No, for sure.
So you met J-Lo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it
Yeah.
awful?
Like, when just people are entitled.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I've met really big celebrities like A-listers where it's like you want them to be entitled because they're so big and they're just the sweetest thing ever.
Mhm.
Which is like,
who?
I'm trying to think.
Like Jake Gyllenhaal. Have you met him?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I've met
okay.
all the Kardashians except
really?
Courtney.
Oh,
Yeah, Khloe's amazing
Chloe
as you would
seems
think.
Awesome.
No, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with
You're
all
like
them.
around there. They're like on par with around your height. They're like 5'2".
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Other than Khloe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kendall and Kylie.
Mhm.
So Kim. But I haven't met her, but you guys might have to bleep this one out. But
Stop.
and
No.
and
Okay, we've met him. We've met him. He was super nice to us.
Really?
Yeah.
But
he's horrid to do like brand deals with. Really bad.
we'll bleep both names, so
Yeah.
we'll just go with it. But when we met him through a friend of 20 years of his.
Okay.
So I feel like it would just be so weird to be rude to us. Like we're his good friends.
So
friends.
he had a good face on, but it's bad. Like there's major scandals with him. And that ruins me because me and my best friend have been watching him for like
Same.
like he is my like OG YouTuber.
Same.
And the first one I said really breaks my heart because
he watches her every day.
Pretty much every
and
day.
I was bringing her deals for a little while because I had like a connect to her manager. Yeah, but she is evil. And I'm so sad to say that. I'm so sad it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Truly.
That's actually really crazy.
It's really
sad.
sad. Totally. No, yeah.
gonna
But
cut that
it's
whole
so
part out,
sad
but-
because it's like that was my kryptonite.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of those kinds of moments, but it's like because I go to so many events,
Yeah.
and it's within a millisecond if someone wants to give you the time of day or if they're actually really rude. Oh, another one. You might have to leave this.
Yeah. What's up?
Remy Bader. Do you guys know who that is? Really big TikToker. You know who she is.
I'm sorry, I'm throwing wine because of that.
Okay. Such a
Bigger girl, and she's just like, we're just out here and we're big girls, and she like is so you'd recognize her.
Yeah.
You're literally stomping on my throat.
No, I'm
No,
stomping.
She's on Ozempic now, right? She has to be. She's lost like 100 pounds. since
That's
the last
not
time I saw
recent.
her.
There's no way that's recent because I saw a recent podcast, so there's no way.
Well, you know, sometimes they go on Ozempic and then they go off of it and then they gain a bunch.
Have you seen Lana's on Ozempic? Well, not confirmed, but she's definitely on Ozempic.
She was kind of.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
she
you're
looks
right.
amazing now. Like she looks absolutely amazing.
To be honest, okay, now we're getting into Ozempic. I have a lot of friends
Who are on
it. And
Thoughts, feelings, do I need it?
no, they love it. Here's the thing. We have a doctor brother. And I told him, I go,
There's another sibling?
Yeah, there's
Holy
one in
shit.
between
we've
us,
talked about him on the past 4
Wait.
podcasts because
I know.
they didn't know.
Oh
He's
my
a
god.
surgeon. He graduated from the Air Force
What kind
Academy.
of surgeon?
He's in special forces
Light
now.
surgeon.
So he is emergency room doctor,
Okay.
emergency medicine. But when special forces goes on a
Mm-hmm.
like secret mission, they
Mhm.
always bring a doctor with them.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be like posted back
Okay.
in case someone needs like surgery, like in the helicopter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everyone's like, "Where is he?" I'm like, "We can't tell you."
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to look a fool.
No, like
Yeah.
you were in Nam, like you're having flashbacks.
Yeah. You know who is amazing? Who
Huh.
I've met? Janae Aiko. Huh?
Janae Aiko?
She's a massive
No.
singer. She was dating Big Sean. Are you guys serious?
No, I'm not joking. I feel like we're pretty. People
That's
make
a
fun of me
crazy one.
because like I'm so like for not being someone who covers pop culture on my podcast. Nick will be like, "Who's married to who?" and give me their whole timeline of their life. Like I'm just someone like I just follow it.
I'm trying to.
I know where
You
the
know
people have
her.
been.
The worst. You know. Okay, that's crazy. She's like a massive A-lister. I'm trying to think of who else.
A-lister?
Yes, A-lister.
Janae Aiko?
Yes,
I
like
don't know.
massive singer. It's crazy.
She does have 12.9 million monthly.
No,
listeners.
yeah.
Okay, and she's wonderful.
Wonderful.
We love her.
Good. We love
We
that.
love
How do
her.
you pronounce it?
Janae Aiko.
Janae
Aiko?
Aiko.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, well,
But yeah,
Props
there's
to
so
you.
many. I feel like if you guys name people, I'm like, I've probably met them, and it's like a yay or nay.
Have you met Lady Gaga?
I haven't met her, but I
Okay.
saw her like front row
Okay, cool.
at multiple concerts.
I
I'm
just-
sure she's amazing.
I just need to know. I
No,
just need to know.
so that's Nick's like
Kink.
main person to where like it's almost like don't meet your idols because like
I
he
don't-
would be,
I
he
don't
would be
actually wanna meet
shattered if
her.
she was
Totally.
awful.
100%.
Like,
That's
I
my number one.
that's my number one
Really?
too.
Yeah.
100%.
I would get her name tattooed on my ass. Like, she
perfect.
saved my life. Like,
Yep. Yep, that's how
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
feeling. I agree
yeah,
with you.
yeah, yeah.
And like, she's my favorite of all time. Now, my second favorite of all time, someone who I would meet though,
Who?
because I don't find her Miley Cyrus. Like,
I think she's amazing.
okay, have you
I
met
think she
her?
is. No, but I've
Okay.
watched a lot of her like podcasts,
Yeah,
and you just know she's like a real bitch.
and even
Yeah.
if I did get like a sense of like,
Even if she was awful, we'd be like,
Well, not even-
that's fucking Miley.
And it's
It's
like
just
you're
like-
yeah,
Miley.
totally,
I'd be like, whatever, Miley Cyrus,
Yeah.
she's a human.
totally.
Lady Gaga, I hold to a different standard. that's why like I don't want to meet her because
I
I know
know.
she is just a human, but like
Yeah.
I don't.
I've
really-
heard she's amazing. Like
Okay.
even if she doesn't
Oh.
give it to you in person because she's just like blunt,
Mhm.
she's amazing.
What's her
Aries.
sign?
Aries.
Okay.
The Aries.
My
Immediately
best
says
friend's
it.
an Aries.
Yeah,
And
Sag
Sag and
loves
Aries.
Aries.
We
Sag
are
and
like
Aries, yeah.
connected.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have like honestly a few more questions.
Okay,
How
let's
are you
go.
feeling? I
I'm
think we could
good.
do like another 20 minutes
I
if
could keep
you're
going.
chilling.
Okay,
Yeah. I have my wine.
yeah.
I could go.
She's
like,
just drinking in the closet.
I
She's
literally
here.
cannot believe this is our first time meeting. It's sick.
I know, this
I
is
feel
really
like I could
crazy,
do like
yeah.
7 different episodes
I
No,
know.
you
on
showed
different
up and I almost had a
topics.
panic attack that I got basically stood up.
Oh, wait. I have a question. But
Okay.
on with that is like so having this is the first time we've met. I
Yeah.
would love to have you as for multiple
Oh, I'm here. I'll
like,
fly in.
throughout
I'll literally
our
fly in.
life.
I don't
Yeah,
care. Yeah, I'm
perfect.
here. Let me know the topic. I'll
Oh,
be
for
here.
multiple like episodes.
Episodes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Multiple episodes and stuff like
Done.
that. Like you're a manager. It's like, oh, we're having a manager on.
No,
the one and only
literally
Kyla.
done.
See what's going
But
on.
it reminded me of the Cancel podcast. And to go back, have you met Tana?
She's amazing.
She's amazing. Of course.
I feel
She's
that.
She's
amazing.
fucking sick. Yeah.
She's so sick. I've met her a few times as a fan, and I've met her a few times like working with her. Truly realist person. One
Cool.
of my favorite influencers to meet.
Cool.
Like amazing
love
Fuck
that.
person.
yes.
You know,
Amazing.
she's owned
Cool.
when she's fucked up. Like
Oh,
we
yeah.
were talking earlier about like a mutual friend, and I was like, I don't judge them because I've had depressed, awful, shitty human times. And so like I
Totally.
give everyone like a whatever. And I feel like Tana's been honest about that in her life. She's like, oh yeah, that was a time when I was like off the rails and like maybe not my best.
Here's the thing, and I go on a lot of brand trips, and it's like there's a
Right.
lot of different people on these brand trips,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I use Joey as an example, or like other people I manage, and it's like they're very unique in their own way.
Right.
And the brand or whoever needs to know will always come back to me and be like, Joey's so amazing and authentic. Maybe he's out of the box a little bit. Maybe he's not, he has a girlfriend. He's very like into his faith. And he's just like there for business. And I feel like sometimes it's like all these people who are like just there for the fun of it or just there to like hook up with girls. And it's like people see that when you're
Yeah.
not authentic. And I think Tana's success is for like just being so authentically herself. Like her story times is what took off. It's
Yeah.
like just the manic story times. And it's like that is my number one advice to the creator community is like just be yourself. Like
Just
you
be
will
yourself.
be literally a millionaire if you are yourself. Like truly.
Yeah.
Like truly.
And you know what's so funny?
Oh.
Even if I can see, let's say even like friends who don't know influencing and they're not taking it seriously, but if they're putting themselves out there, you can still tell if they're authentic or not.
Absolutely.
And
Within
then it's
a millisecond.
consistently. Don't put out 3 videos and think that they're going to take off. When you talk to any creator, even like Alex Earl, she was putting out, it was embarrassing. Think of being in college. And yes,
Word,
she's
Tiff,
hot. And yes, she's
and then
whatever.
going into school the next day and sitting in class. I saw her episode where she's like, people started recognizing her at the beginning. They were like, are you that weird girl from TikTok? And she just took it.
No, because it was like, oh, you think everybody cares about your life? Because she
Yeah.
was just first of all, she's hot. And I understand she's very hot.
So hot.
But in Miami, there's a lot of hot girls in
Miami
Miami.
is everything. I would
so
live
it's
there.
like, oh, you think you're just a hot girl in Miami and people care what
Totally.
you do every day? Like think of
Yeah.
high profile people.
Which is
there.
why I actually didn't follow her for the longest time. I was like, I don't want to. Like, she's just like another hot girl in Miami
Yeah.
making hella money, you know?
But she gave us the real shit. She did it, and she's done it consistently, 3 to 4 videos a day for years.
Totally.
So if people want to talk shit, I'm like, why don't you post 4 videos a year for people to critique?
With
Yeah.
no filter,
hard.
with your acne, telling your real stories about
Mhm.
getting dumped, whatever it is with your dirty room. Like, we are so into the culture of like face tuning our photos and like just nothing is like, and I get it. It comes from a place of like, I can admit to it of like wanting validation or like how much does a Instagram like mean to people these days? Like, it's crack cocaine. It's like, oh, you're asking me to like marry you, you know?
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
like,
You know what I will say though about her is she let all of it be real. Her lip fillers
yeah.
and her rich
Mhm.
family.
Yeah. Which is
She
the
could
craziest
have-
part.
She could have pretended.
She could have pretended.
Oh, I'm humble. I'm like everybody else. I want to fit in because
It's
people
like,
don't
no,
like me
here
for
I
this.
am.
Or, oh, I want them to think I'm natural. She's like, I'm on Accutane. She's never come out and says, but
Which
I feel
is
like,
like,
she has
okay,
to be on Adderall.
Totally.
She like got really fit in like a year, and it's like I went on Adderall in college too. Who knows? I don't want to put that on you, Alex.
Wait, do you get really fit from Adderall? Because I
You
have
don't eat-
I have a
you don't
prescription,
eat.
but I'm not
And then you
using
just-
it the right way. Maybe.
Kyla.
What are you on, generic or brand name?
I'm like holistic, you know?
No, are you on generic or brand name?
Shh.
No, that's
blue.
a big thing.
They're blue.
They're blue.
Are they
Okay,
bright blue and white? Like your
Yeah.
capsules? It's generic.
It
doesn't work.
Fuck.
You need brand name. I don't.
Okay.
I'm like, I take it like maybe once a week now, but they switched me to generic and it does not work. I eat whatever. If you do real Adderall, you will work out. And you guys, I'm not
right.
saying this is great, but I'm just
like
saying
the Ozempic.
It helped me graduate from college, but you do just get so fit. Oh, sorry. Back to the Ozempic.
Yeah.
Doctor brother.
Right.
I'm going on Ozempic. I want to be an influencer. I feel like I need to be aspirational. I'm not in my fittest right now. He was like, Francesca, first of all, you don't have trouble losing weight. If you eat healthy, whatever, like if I eat healthy and work out a little bit, I lose weight.
Yeah.
It can mess up your hormones for the rest of your life.
Ozempic. Yeah.
Yes. So if you want to
it's
have
bad.
kids
it has
one day,
crazy side effects.
And they're not studied.
No, it hasn't been around that long.
It's not like, is it FDA approved?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It can give you gastroparesis,
Yeah,
so where your
I saw
stomach
that.
doesn't empty. But that's actually what part of the drug does, is because if your stomach doesn't empty, you don't get hungry. It's a little bit how it works.
Have you ever been like out to dinner with someone where all of a sudden they're just like, I can't eat anymore? And that's
Have you hung out with a lot of people on Ozempic? It's annoying.
Of course you have. I mean, you're in New York.
Yeah.
No.
They probably don't talk about it.
But
okay,
like,
so
people
a lot of people in Denver
eating immediately.
See, that's not me.
They take a couple bites and then they're done. A lot of girls just throw up a lot. So I know a lot of party girls in Denver. They're gorgeous. They're hot. They do work out.
Yeah.
The coolest thing about Ozempic, I will say, that made me want to go on it, it makes you like not crave substances. So
what do you mean?
Alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Coke, anything.
Oh, not even Coke?
I'm just lumping that in. But I know it's about to be approved for alcohol use disorder.
Because it makes you nauseous and you just don't
So you know how like
Kyle
Kyle Richards stopped drinking and got fit.
What do you think about that?
I
do you think
that
that's the
she
tea?
was maybe going through divorce, and I will say that she does work out every day. I hate
She
the girls
does.
are like, oh, whatever. Like I just started eating salmon for lunch, and they lost
It's
weight.
like, babe, I've been doing that for 5 years.
If you lost 50 pounds or 30
it's
pounds,
too soon
you
and
make
too much.
it your personality, which Kyle has. So it makes me believe her.
And Erica Jane, I think it's confirmed that she was on Ozempic.
She lied though. She said her doctor put her on hormones, which I will say, like progesterone and certain things will make you lose weight. And like our mom does hormone replacement therapy. That most older women do. It's kind of like dumb not to.
That is another thing where it's like being in this industry. It's like you are constant, and it sucks because already living in New York, but it's like you are constantly looking for different ways to change your body. It's really aggressive. It's really aggressive.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Alex Earl was on Ozempic.
I wouldn't even judge her for it.
Think about like the
events you do, the red carpets. Like your job is waking up every day and being in front of a camera. I would spend every single cent.
Okay. So
give it to me.
It's the same question that's going to go in to what happened to you this week. So I miss New York City.
Okay.
So much. But New York is not the New York I left in 2019.
Totally.
So tell us, one, what happened to you like this week on the subway?
No, yeah.
And two, if that is like a normal occurrence, and if you're like, if like the crime in New York City is like a little kind of scary these days.
Yeah, well, we've all seen the viral videos of the girls getting punched. Yeah, so I saw that, and I have this weird trait where I feel invincible. Like I don't carry pepper spray, I don't carry a taser.
Also Sagittarius, because you're so lucky. You're like, I'm fine.
I'm lucky, and I'm just like, I don't know, like it's never happened to me, so it's fine. Like I've been followed a few times in New York, always during the day in the morning, by the way. Because it's like you always think you're in a skimpy outfit at night, you're taking an Uber because you don't want a subway. It's never at night. It's because they're like doing drugs, or like the crackheads are doing drugs in like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And then it's like ending by like 8, 9. So they're at their full like capacity of just like batshit.
Batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
So I'll say I never like saw a crackhead when I lived in New York.
Okay.
I left 2019. Of course, like there's homeless people, but like I feel like I
People,
lived in a
farting
very
Wait.
at the
clean
trash
New
can?
York.
Before I
No.
get to that, something else happened the day before where I was like, I actually was really excited to leave the city this week. And I'm just really emotional. But I was on the subway with my best friend who's also gay. And someone gets on. He's not homeless. He's not a tweaker. He's just like an angry cis man. And there's 2 transgender people wearing dresses on the subway. And he starts screaming at them. And I'm bawling. Like, because it's like, I'm an empath, so it's like if someone is feeling pain, I'm freaking out.
But it's
and
also a very small,
Totally.
compact space.
Totally. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe I'm on this subway and like I'm so disgusted. You're wearing a fucking dress. Like, you think you're a woman. Like,
This man likes to fuck men.
Totally.
Totally.
And it's just
Obviously.
like, it was just so sad. And every single person was like standing up for this person. And we were just like so sad. But it was just crazy because I wasn't alone, but we had to fully get off the train. And like, there's so many times, literally in the past week, I've had to switch trains 6 times because of an unsafe situation.
See, Kyla, that's nuts.
That's not,
I
it's
never
not normal.
I never
That's not
switched
normal.
cars
Yeah,
because I felt unsafe.
totally.
Of course, I lived in New York City.
Yeah.
But I was telling Nick, like, when you're about to tell us what happened to you, like the other morning, I was telling him that like there were certain times at like 3 a.m. that I was like, ooh, Francesca, you're walking home by yourself at 3 a.m. This is probably not smart. But I had my wits about me and it was fine. But I mean, I've lived abroad like in Spain and Croatia and France where there's like pickpockets. So like I've had people
And what
really
did you
get
do?
after me.
Because I'm going soon. And I've never
No,
been
that's
to
not.
Europe.
I'll give you all the
Okay.
tips, but like in Spain, like Barcelona, people's hands will be in your
I've
pocket.
heard
It's
that.
It's not violent crime, it's pickpocketing.
Right.
So you don't really have to be worried.
Like they just
but
want
it's constant.
yeah.
So I had been robbed like multiple times, like, and they work together. They sort of separate you from your friends. It's
That's
the whole
crazy.
thing. But
Yeah.
in New York, when I lived there, like I felt beyond safe.
That is so crazy.
I don't think I had one experience.
I don't think one of my friends could say they feel beyond safe. It's bad right now. It's just it
Mhm.
just is. And I Uber a lot because I wear heels because I'm 4'10". So
You know, I never Ubered. I don't know
See?
if I've taken more than 2 Ubers in the like 6 years I lived there.
Okay,
because
so
I
yeah,
didn't
things are
need to.
different. Things are different.
Yeah.
So is Uber like faster or
No, it's just
just
safe.
safer.
Picks you up,
but it's
drops you
slower,
off.
though, right?
It's slower. Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Wow.
sure.
Wow.
But yeah, so this week it's 8 a.m. I'm waiting for
Mhm.
the nail salon to open, or it's like 8:30. They open at 9. I'm standing outside, and this guy, I'm at AirPods in, like you're invincible. It's 8:30 a.m. Like what's gonna happen to you? And this guy, he's shirtless. He comes up to me. Still, I think I'm invincible. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. He's like, drop your matcha. I'm holding just a matcha and it triggers him. And I'm like, no, like fuck off, like whatever. And then he starts chasing me. He's like, give me your phone, give me your matcha. And he literally chases me for 5 blocks.
I will say
5
that I feel like if I was
blocks?
your father, give
My-
him your matcha, give him your phone.
I know. All my friends were like, are you going to tell your dad? And I was like, no, because he will make me move back.
Yeah,
Wait.
like that's the
Whoa,
thing.
whoa,
Like
whoa.
my parents have always told me, no
Give 'em
matter
your phone.
what,
Yeah, yeah,
give
yeah.
it anything
But
they
my
want. It's not worth
phone?
your life. Yes,
I
Kyla,
know.
you have insurance.
I
Fuck.
know. I
Like-
just was like, my first instinct,
No, I
because
understand.
the first thing he did was like, he charged at me. So it wasn't even about like, it didn't even feel like if I gave my phone and my matcha, he would leave me alone. So
But
the
it's you say yes.
I
in
know,
those
I
situations.
know.
Like that's what my
So-
dad always told me. It's truly not worth an unhinged
it's not, I know,
person.
100%.
Like
Did-
let them be like, oh, I scored, and they.
I
leave
know,
you.
I know.
Did anyone see this
Yes.
happening? And
So
did
an
anyone do
Amazon
anything?
driver, and he was like, do you know him? And I was like, obviously the fuck not. I don't know him.
Never met him.
You know? And then so people started to call the cops and stuff. And then finally they came, the nail salon opened, and then they left the door open. So I was like, can you lock the door? Like I'm literally getting chased. The cops didn't find him. He ran away.
Mhm.
But it was just like, damn, I'm really not invincible. And then I posted that story. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think you
Yeah,
guys
I
I
did.
responded. Yeah.
Damn, that story
Your best
did
story.
better than a
get
bikini
mugged more
photo
often.
in Costa Rica. I had 349 DMs. 349.
Oh wow.
300.
And I only have like what 1,800 followers. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you guys really care about me.
Yeah.
But no, everyone was like so concerned and shook, especially the people that lived in New York. But it was like, you are not invincible, especially as someone who's like 4'10". And it's to the point where I don't even want to wear like my Prada sunglasses during
Yeah.
the day. Like
Yeah.
truly.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
do that stuff. Well, Nick,
Well-
so our family wears like the cornicello, like the Italian horn, and a crucifix.
So
Gold.
does Joey Wellness.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we were all gifted that. Mine recently broke, which witch talk
I
of
kind of want
TikTok.
one.
So you can only be gifted.
Can you guys give me?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that you say that,
It's
the
just a
seed
big
has been
chunk of
planted.
gold.
the seed is.
The seed has been planted, but you can't buy it for yourself.
Oh, it's like bad
has to be
juju?
handed down. So all of ours have been handed down in our family. So like it was
Because
heirlooms.
it's like it's a talisman, so it's a spell essentially.
Is it
It's
an
like the evil
Italian
eye.
thing?
It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
Italian.
Okay.
So like
Specifically Italian.
Can
like,
you
know
gift to a non-Italian?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Totally.
So it's like gifting a amulet, like a good luck amulet.
Oh, okay.
And it protects you from Malocchio, which is the evil eye.
Okay.
That's why the Greeks wear the.
Evil eye.
Evil
Okay.
eye.
I love that
So-
you knew Joey wears that. 'cause
Oh,
I
I
don't
yeah,
know
you
noticed
would
it
know.
immediately.
You
Yeah,
Italians
yeah.
call it the Malocche.
Oh,
Like-
okay. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't. So if someone's giving you any bad energy or they're looking at you in envy or anything, it reflects back onto
And
them.
I have a lot of that.
No, because your life is like insane. That's
And
also,
you
I think, why you're
kinda
private.
Exist in like a lot of screens and.
It's crazy.
So you have to be
Different
careful.
types of
That's why
influences.
being
Yeah.
famous is very scary
It is.
for anyone because
Yeah.
you're opening yourself up to the Malocchio. You're
Yeah.
opening
So
yourself
they-
up from the evil eye to a
and people
lot of
wishing
random
you
people.
like bad.
Yes.
Even
It's
if
crazy.
they don't mean it.
Yeah.
It's like envy.
It's
is, like,
crazy.
not
I've
good.
been I was telling my friend, I was like, I don't know what this thing is in me, but I've been like, I feel like an energy, like people are takers recently. Like someone's sucking the energy out of me to the point where I just got this really bad feeling. My phone has been on Do Not Disturb for the past 2 months. Like it doesn't say Do Not Disturb, but all my notifications are off. Instagram,
Yeah.
phone, everything, even though I have to check it for work, but I physically cannot give it my
Yeah.
attention.
So you're probably getting. Actually, this
What
is
is
really
it? Tell
interesting.
me.
So no, So I asked Witch Talk about my horn. So my cornicello.
Okay.
My necklace broke.
So is that bad
And
luck?
no, it means that it protected you and it did its job.
Whoa. Okay.
And so I was like asking Witch Talk, can I get a new chain? Can I use these things? Do I actually the consensus of Witch Talk was that I can cleanse it and gift it to someone else.
Because the horn didn't break, but
The horn didn't
The
my
chain
amulets
broke.
didn't break.
Oh,
The chain
okay.
broke.
I wonder
And
what
so
it
was
like protected you from.
exactly.
Shit. I need
so that's
one.
what they said. They're like, you don't put that back on. Like you thank it for what it did, and it's not yours anymore. But you can still gift it.
Damn.
There was some
That's
dissent,
crazy.
but that was actually one of our TikToks that like I think it was even on my personal. It like immediately went to 70,000 people and like
That's crazy.
everybody was giving information because I was like, yes, what do I do?
See, I
Yeah.
feel like you guys are both people where it's like people don't get when I say this. I recently got a tattoo where it's like it's just dice because I feel very lucky, but also really bad shit happens to me. Like just crazy fucking
we
shit
were talking about
happens
this
to me.
today.
It's like what the fuck shit.
Well, it's almost like okay, the Wheel of Fortune,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
however, it's like, do you want to have the craziest story of your life that you'll probably almost die, but yet you'll come out on top, but then
Yeah.
right?
I've never had someone say it more perfectly than you
Okay,
just
wow,
did.
Good, because that was ad lib.
No,
right
that's
there.
so good.
Okay, yeah, because that is a Sagittarius thing, right?
Okay.
But
Through and
also,
through.
but not even like it's not even astrological. It's like there are certain people that live like crazier lives. Or I used to tell people where it's like I'm incapable of having normal experiences.
Incapable.
I know, like it's 8:30 a.m. I'm just taking the subway. Yes, something fucking happened. And like,
duh.
sure, of course, I want to tell you like a really dramatic story. of
No,
what
I
happened. But like, I'm
know.
also like, this shit happened.
It's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I know. It's like I always have a story. And it's like
Yeah,
sometimes it's
totally.
not fun, but I always have a story.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
crazy because it's like that is so I used to play the victim mentality a lot, especially from my childhood growing up, because so much bad shit happened where I'm like, why the fuck is this shit happening to me? But now as I've gotten older, I'm like, I think of it in a different way as it's like, no, you're making way for, you know, the saying like when you make plans, God laughs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like kind of like
Absolutely.
that, where
Like, tell
it's
God your plans and
tell
he'll
God,
laugh.
yeah, exactly. And it's like that where it's like you're not a victim. Like wait 2 or 3 weeks or a month, and you'll see why this happened to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like so now when things happen to me, like in whatever way, business, romance, whatever, I'm just like, okay, what's next? Like I'm actually excited because I'm like
Mhm.
something better or like whatever is gonna come. But 2 days ago, I go on a date with a guy, and I lose my mother's Cartier watch. It's the only thing I have from her. It's the only thing I have from her. My dad gave it to me like during Christmas, and he was like, I hope your daughter wears this one day. I go home. It's not on me. It's not on me. And I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. I almost didn't come to Denver because I was like, I'm going to die on this flight. Like, it's a streak of bad. Like, what the fuck? I can't show my face. Like, and I haven't told anyone this, by the way. Only my best friend knows because I was like so ashamed that I lost it.
That would be what I do. I would tell my best friend. I wouldn't be able to tell my mother.
No.
I actually don't know what I would do in that situation.
And it's like she passed
No,
away.
and
So it's
it
like
happens.
literally.
I'm so sorry.
So, anyways, I found
Congrats.
Thank you.
No, I'm about to cry.
No, literally,
Kyla,
I
I've only
cried.
had 3 glasses of wine. I'm not that emotional. I've done this with family heirlooms. Like,
Because it's like I was supposed to find it. But why the fuck did I lose it? I don't know. But crazy shit happens to me. So I literally I retrace my steps. I'm like, where the fuck did I go with this guy? Like, what the fuck? The last bar we
They
went
had
to,
it.
I go up to them. It's like a
What do you mean
speakeasy.
they had it?
I was like,
So no
hi,
one stole
I
it?
lost a watch.
do you know how easy that would be?
My best
Like,
friend.
bless them.
He was like,
Bless
go
them.
look. And I was like, do you understand we're in New York City and that's an $11,000 watch? Even if the guy who works at the bar, he would steal it. I would. I fucking would.
I feel
I
like
mean, I
if
don't
you
know if I
if you
would, but-
have integrity as a bartender, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a 2-week rule.
2 week, yeah. So
If
I
they
went
don't
the
come
next
back
morning.
in 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
up for grabs, but next
Literally.
morning.
So I was praying the whole day. I don't even pray, but I was praying. I was
Saint
like, I'm not
Anthony?
getting. Yeah, I
Are you
was like,
Catholic?
Are you
no.
You're-
I
Do
was
you know
are
Saint
Muslim?
Anthony?
I do, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Good Saint Anthony, please come
I
around.
was
Something's
raised.
lost and
I
can't
was
be
raised
found.
Christian.
Oh,
But I
okay.
don't really pray to a specific God. I'm just like, I know someone's up there
Gotcha.
watching over me, you know? But yeah, I go to the last bar and I was like, silver watch. And they go, what brand? And I don't want to tell them. I'm like,
I know, because that's fucked.
I'm like, Cartier. I'm like, it might be
Yeah.
fake though. I'm like, please don't
might be
steal
fake.
it.
It's my fake Cartier.
It's my fake
It's so fake.
It's off Canal Street.
It's $40.
No, literally. And they were like, he goes, we have it. He's like, I can't believe you came back for it. I was like, who the fuck would lose this? And the clasp somehow like unlatched off of me. So that's a Cartier problem. I need to go back and scream at them. But I found it. I start crying. I was like, you guys don't understand. My mom passed away. This is all I have from her. And they were like, she's with you. And I was like, honestly, maybe.
No, she was like, bitch.
She was like, bitch, get the watch back.
That's
Are you?
so emotional. I would freak the fuck out.
I was like, okay, God, what promise do I have to make to you
What
since
bar
I
was
found
it?
this?
Because let's shout them the
Back
fuck.
room in New York City. It's a speakeasy.
Back room.
Back room.
Wait, I will say I lost one of our mother's diamond earrings.
Did you find
When
it?
I found it.
So you did find
Okay,
it.
No, no.
actually, hold
This
up,
is
hold
that's
up,
why I'm
hold
bringing it
up.
up. This is like a good sibling story. I go.
So, okay, we were living at this house with like a 4-inch red shag carpet.
It was from the
original
70s.
From
Okay.
1971. Whatever.
But
Anyway,
let's talk about this. So these were earrings that. So my mom was so mad that I got my 3rd double piercing, and she said, "Francesca, if you take out the 3rd piercing, I'll gift you these diamond earrings." And
Did you?
I took out my
Oh, you did.
what's it called? Like an upper cartilage piercing
Okay.
for her to give me them. So it was like, she was like, regardless of your life, these are everything. If you lose these, like, I'll never forgive you. She's like, your father gave these to me when we were like 18.
You're fucked.
And I lost one.
Just
I'm losing it. Haven't told mom yet.
you haven't told anyone,
No.
really. And I'm like vacuuming the floor one day, and and this isn't the house that we lived in. It was just like we were staying at someone's
Yeah.
place, and like I'm using a vacuum that doesn't really work. And then all of a sudden,
Oh my God, it,
I
like,
saw
clunks.
this like chick, and it sparkled. And I'm not talking like a rhinestone sparkle. Like to my untrained eye, it sparkled like a diamond. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Like
So we
shining
had, it
bright
was
like
lost.
a diamond.
We decided it was gone,
No, I
dead.
didn't know that you were missing. Anything.
Oh,
I didn't
So you're
know.
like,
I
what
don't
the
remember
hell
that.
is this?
I'm talking something sparkled and was so like it hit like a bullet throughout the thing. Where I was like, okay, this isn't like a rock. This isn't a rhinestone. Like I was like, I literally dug through
So you dumped out the vacuum bag.
and dug through it to find something, and I found what I thought. I was like, oh, it's just an earring, and I was like, this is a fucking diamond. Because
Diamond
it's small.
earring.
Not that I like know diamonds versus rhinestones or cubic zirconium or anything, but like I just thought like it
You're
was
just like, what-
small enough and
Yeah.
had a sparkle to it that I was like, someone's probably
Was
missing
this here?
this. No, this was in Breckenridge.
Okay.
And I was like, look what I found.
And no, I literally was
Bawling.
I was like, Mom would have disowned me next.
That
It was like lost to the universe. Yeah.
that's so crazy.
Mhm.
Wow.
Very lucky.
I'm having an out of body moment right now.
Okay, I love that.
Because I'm like, you guys live together.
Yeah.
You're siblings, like
Uh-huh.
not just roommates, and we're in this podcast room. It's crazy. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
it's just crazy being an outsider looking in on your guys' relationship. It's like wild. Like, I would have died to have like
Do you have siblings?
no.
Oh.
Like, my dad is in another relationship, and there's like younger, and they like
Uh-huh.
adore me, but not like.
but
what
they're
you-
like nieces and nephews.
Like I look at them as like cousins, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
this
yeah.
is like like I don't think I've ever met two people who are like so synchronized and cool that live
Ew.
together and also
I-
have a podcast.
You know,
In a
we
studio.
it's insane.
no, we
Yeah.
weirdly we have friends who are identical twins and DJ together and live together and
Okay, that's
travel together.
crazy.
They've been on the podcast and
Which was a sick podcast. Shout out MZG.
I need to
Yeah,
watch that
and
one.
Uh-huh.
it's weird that we've also weirdly attracted these like sibling relationships. But yeah, what we have is like we know that. It's
Insane. It's like the
It's kind of-
universe's gift to you.
yeah.
That's how I
It's
look
kind
at
of
it.
like David and Alexis. Like,
Yeah,
Schitt's
for
Creek
sure.
in a different way, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're best friends.
Yeah.
No matter what. Silly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
It's
We're
wild.
very lucky. It's kind of like I'm like, oh, like
It's sick. It's sick how lucky
I'm like,
you
oh, I got a
are.
gay best
Yeah.
friend, like
You're like-
built in as my brother. Like,
All gays want to,
Like, I
all
went-
people want to gay. That.
Yeah.
no, all the girlies want it, and I'm like, yeah, it's my little brother, and we like own a company.
yeah,
and
yeah. I
podcast.
have it. And actually, today was such an emotional day for me because my best friend of 11 years, we've never been apart, and he's moving to Barcelona for like 4 months, like eat, pray, love moment.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah,
been
I
living
went to
with me for
college
like 10
there.
days. Okay, you have to tell me because I'm visiting him. So I need all the
Yeah.
recs.
So, you remember how long I graduated from college? I lived there in 2010, Kyla.
Okay, doesn't matter.
Well, we can try.
Yeah, please. Okay, so where do you guys see yourself like business wise or if anything wise in like 5 years?
5 years. I see myself as like, okay, not really, but I consider myself like a storyteller. I tell
Definitely.
stories, right? I've written my first book. It's not released yet.
Wait,
Yeah, written.
100,000
Please-
words written.
please send it to me. I will
It's-
I've
post
never
it.
read it.
every-
He won't let me. He'll probably let you
I-
read it.
It's written.
Is it an autobiography?
It's a roman à clé. If you
Oh,
know
okay,
that.
okay.
But like basically what that means is like it's just a quick snapshot of my life. It's not an autobiography, but it is the craziest story that I could ever tell you
Okay.
that actually happened to me.
Okay. I need it.
And I wrote a book about it because it was just so crazy. And so I see myself as a storyteller. So like, yeah, I like to dabble in comedy and like I think this is comedy. I think this is art.
Mhm.
I like vlogging, but it's not that I think I'm like a stand-up comic, but I find myself telling stories over and over again in many different ways.
Yeah.
And so whatever that looks like in the future, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I am a storyteller, whether it be a book that's published, New York Times bestseller, or it's a
That's his
campfire story
Easy.
that
Mhm.
I'm just sitting here
Okay.
telling you a story over a campfire.
To be honest, I think the podcast is just a segue to you being the author that
Really?
you're meant to be.
Because you're a writer?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that about you.
Mhm.
That's like who he is, like through and through.
Wait, really?
I tell stories.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Mhm.
Okay, what about you?
I feel like
Sorry, I went real hard
No,
right there.
yeah, for sure.
No, I mean, I think it's, to be honest, when people ask you that, I think we all know the first thing we want to say.
Right?
And I think we all hold back from that.
Yeah, why are you not saying it?
No, because it always sounds so ridiculous and we always want to like
Who gives a fuck?
apologize for it. I think truly sorry, I get so nervous.
Yeah.
No, I think I've always thought that I will always be in the public eye.
Mhm.
I for a long time always thought that would be acting, but I don't think that's
Oh,
it.
interesting. Okay.
As a host, I don't think that's fully it.
Mm.
A podcast hits it a little bit. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No, I think there's some kind of something that I don't know yet.
I think so
Like
too.
very intuitively that's like, oh, you're a host of this show.
yeah.
Or you and Nick are doing like a simple life,
Mhm.
how it's made type of show. Or
I get that. I get that though. But no, it's interesting to me because like I've never like even when we got on our first FaceTime call, because I do a lot of calls every day. I have people who like ask to be managed by me, and I'm like, I just don't have the bandwidth or like whatever it is. And it's like, I truly don't get how you don't have 2 million followers. I feel like when I'm sitting here, like, I don't feel like I just feel like you guys are already there.
Like how we don't have 2 million followers?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
okay.
I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but it's like, yeah, it's like you guys have it. Like, it's like already done. Like, to me, it's like you guys already have it.
That's such an amazing
No,
compliment.
truly. Because it's like, and I sit down and do this a lot, but it's like, you guys have it. I don't know how it's not there already, but it's gonna be. Like, I have no worries. But it's like also to be like so comfortable with 2 people, like upon meeting and like sweet, like actual genuine souls where it's like, that's not real.
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Truly.
Such a high compliment. Like coming, like you work with like very big people.
Do you guys know who Kyla is?
Yeah.
You know who this bitch is? It's insane hearing you say that and having someone like believe in us. But I think we like weirdly connected on like a level. And because I know that we believe it and it'll be there. And then I think the level at which like I honestly see myself is like kind of crazy. Like my thing is I have an app idea that I think is going to change everything.
Okay.
So silly. I've literally had the idea for 6 years.
I need to hear it.
I've never done it because I
love
just
an app.
expected someone else to do it. It's so simple.
Then
It's
go
so
do
stupid.
it.
I'm not reinventing the wheel.
Totally.
And so weirdly in my life, I think that I'm going to be more of a CEO and like a tech
Totally
founder.
Totally see that.
And then who has a podcast and
On
talks
the
about all this
side,
other stuff.
totally.
Because also health and wellness is like my guiding light.
Totally.
So that's where I see my life, but it's weird to like have a comedy podcast and talk about that.
Yeah. But see, you guys are also so cool because you're like burners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I've done a lot of psychedelics, which has led me to where I am, and I owe a lot to it.
You have?
I have,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
But I've taken a break because, you know, I've just gone through a lot of mental health stuff where it's like, I just need to be safe before I like dabble back into it. But
1,000%.
you know, truly I owe it a lot to like even guiding me to where I'm at today. But not a lot of people get that. Like, especially in New York. Like, I don't know, it's just interesting. It's like
it's different.
They don't get
hustle,
it. Like
hustle.
Yeah, they don't get the psychedelic. They're like, they don't get like the woo wah wah. And it's like, I think that's why we all connect so much too.
Hey,
well, New York
welcome to Denver.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We're about to convince you.
We're about to get into it on Saturday.
No, Denver or New York is like 1 + 1 = 2.
Okay.
And this is how you make money. You buy the thing, you sell the thing, 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
The psychedelic side of it is like 0 + 0 = 100.
Yeah.
So fucking enjoy it.
See, I also think
really,
why we connect so much is like you guys are not afraid of what people think. And if like you have an idea, you're going to do it. And it's like, I've done the like, especially business and romance. Again, they both go hand in hand where it's like, I've done the like, oh, does this guy not think I'm wifey material? Oh, like to be taken in seriously in this meeting, I need to wear a turtleneck. And it's like, you know what? I dress the way I dress.
Yeah.
That didn't work. I still got laid off. I still got dumped. You know, it's like I'm so over like trying to convince people I'm like something I'm not. It's like take me or leave me because that is what's going to get you where you are. Like just be authentically yourself and that will get you where you need to be.
We're ending on that.
Period.
Yeah,
Done.
Period.
Kyla,
thank you for
so
being
much for
here.
Thank you for having. I'm literally like starstruck and honored.
Oh, starstruck
Like,
and
truly.
honored.
Thank you. This
Like,
has been
truly.
insane. We're like, I almost felt insane. I'm like, we're having our manager. over.
Having
My
a
best friend
minute.
goes, I didn't know you had a manager. No, because it's not something I posted you on Instagram the other day, but it's not, we're in a non-exclusive contract.
Totally, yeah.
I don't like when people pretend to be bigger than they are. Like, we have a manager and we're so cool and blah, blah. And you're like, bitch, you're not paying me. You know, like,
Yeah.
so how managing works,
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
She gets 20% of everything she brings us. So if we do better, she does better.
Totally.
She does better, we do better.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, anyone could technically have a manager. It's like when people get a publicist too soon.
Yeah.
And so I've never wanted to be like that. My best friend literally did. And I was like, no, like my manager's coming in from New York. And she was like, what the fuck, Francesca? And I was like,
love
I've
that
never
so-
kept anything close to my chest.
No, I'm like genuinely so obsessed with you guys. So it's like, yeah. It's like if I'm here, it's for a reason, and I'm obsessed. So, and I'm a fan
Guys-
and believer.
All right, well,
let's go,
cheers. We have to go to dinner, guys.
Yes.
No, we're cheersing with our mics. I can't cheers.
Cheers. Oh, okay.
Bye, guys. See you later. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Love you.